This is a translation of the agreement to video and audio record for the direct care and consent for additional purposes. On the form is the patient's name and date of birth, their computer records ID and NHS number. This form has been explained to you that video and audio recordings of families, child or parents are used for interventions or assessments. You agree to these recordings and understand that they're part of yours or your child's medical records. You consent to the recordings being used for staff training but kept confidential, and they can be used for staff supervision. You can agree to both of these. If you would like to delete one, please cross it out and sign your name. If your child is aged 13 or older, see the extra information because they can sign the consent themselves. Parents and carers with PR, parental responsibility, for the child named on the form, can sign and give consent for us to video and audio record. Put your signature, write your name in capitals, add the date and your relationship with the child, for example, mum or dad. The clinician will also add their name to say they have explained the form to you and why we want to video audio record, and that it is confidential, as it is used for training and supervision. Staff must write their name, sign the form, put their date and their job role. A signed copy of this form will be kept by National Deaf CAMS in your child's file. A copy will be shared with the person who gave consent. The person giving consent can withdraw at any point. The care we give will not be affected. The privacy notice for video and audio recordings follows the EU General Data Protection Regulation or Data Protection Act 2018. It says if we hold your personal information, you have certain rights. When you agree to a recording for direct care, it becomes part of your medical file. We follow the General Service User Privacy Notice and Rights for the Trust, for LYPFT. The web link is on the form. Using the recordings is based on your consent, and you have the following rights. 1. The right to be informed. The information in the consent and privacy notice should inform you how the recordings are processed by the Trust. 2. The right of access, to ask for a copy of the recording. 3. The right to erasure. If you decide to withdraw your consent for the additional use of your recordings, you can ask for them to be removed. We keep the recordings for the child's care. They are kept following the Records Management Code of Practice for Health and Social Care. You can ask for them to be removed from training and supervision purposes. The right to restrict processing. The Trust will record and follow your decisions about sharing the recordings. It will be kept on your file. If you don't want it to be used for training or supervision or shared with others, for example family members, please let us know. But we may need to share confidential information with other health and social care professionals under the purposes you have consented to. Or if required to by law, we will have to share the videos. If you decide to withdraw consent, we will respect your decision. The right to object. If you decide to withdraw your consent for additional use of audio-video recordings, we will respect your decision. We will only process the recordings based on your consent decisions, and we will continue to support the child. 6. The right to make a complaint to the supervisory authority. To make a complaint, contact the Information Commissioner's Office, ICO. Their address, telephone number and website details are on the form.